We're back! God damn it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Pokemon Red. Now, I'm loading the game in to the N64. And while it's loading, I'm going to tell you guys something that you may or may not know. But today, February 6th, is my birthday. And I'm sorry about any weird audio, or I guess weird cuts in last week's Mech Assault episode. I can't count, apparently. So, for some reason in my head, I thought that was going to be my birthday episode. I was completely wrong, because it's actually today. I was just off by one, but I mean, can you blame me? I was so pissed at that one episode. Like, oh my gosh. Alright. So, anyways, yes, today is my birthday. I am now 25 years old. Wow. 25 years old and I'm still playing Pokemon Red. Incredible. Did I get the town map yet? Yes, I did. Okay. Let's select. Let's see. What is select map to? What is it? Oh, it is the L button. Okay. Okay. I was pushing right. That's why. That's better. Alright. So, last time we beat our rival, we got 5 Pokeballs. We're gonna go catch some Pokemans. And we're going to destroy Brock. Now, a lot of you might be wondering what kind of team I'm gonna build. Being that I have so much experience in this game, I could build pretty much any type of team I want and still win. I might or might not use glitches, I haven't decided that yet. There's the old man, he'll be useful later. But whether or not I use glitches, I'm definitely gonna use a team that I wouldn't normally use. So I think I've already started that trend. No, actually, no, because I do usually start with the water type. Except in first gen, where I usually played yellow and started with Pikachu, as terrible as he is. When I didn't do that, I'd usually pick Charmander, because he's good for glitches, at least in the early game. But since we don't really care about that on this playthrough, whatever. So I'm gonna go for something of an unusual for me anyway build. Maybe other people do teams like this. Maybe not. But whenever I like to play Pokemon, instead of doing things like Nuzlocke, which I have done Nuzlocke before, I hate Nuzlocke. Mostly because of the once it dies, it's dead rule. Because a lot of times I depend on like one Pokemon dying and then using a revive. If I'm in a really tough situation that I just can't think of any other way out of, I will depend on that. But especially in Gen 1, because let me tell you, Gen 1, if you're used to the newer games, Gen 1 kicks your ass. It's really hard. It's not impossible, obviously, but like, if you're not 100% positive on what you want your team to be right away, you're fucked. Like, I hate to say it, but you are fucked. There's no turning back once you have a team set, which results in a lot more shit than a lot of people would like. And the only feedback I got about the border last time, in case anybody was wondering, is that they didn't mind it. And you know what? I don't mind it either. The Gen 1 sprites, they're trying their best. Even though, look at that Kangaskhan. That Kangaskhan is so derpy. I love the Rhyhorn in the corner. I think he looks pretty cool. And the Pidgey in the upper left, he looks like he has a comb over, which makes me laugh a lot. But yeah, in line of Pokemon I would not normally use, Because when I played Gen 1 on the Virtual Console recently, I'm going to go down here, actually, I've got a better idea. When I was playing it on Virtual Console, I just cheated the whole way through, basically, to beat it super fast and get to the glitches faster. So, like, I did the level 100 Nidoking before Brock trick, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And actually, I've also been playing Gold on Virtual Console, and I have so many eggs. So many eggs, because Crystal came out, and Crystal was the one I really wanted. But to give me a leg up in Crystal, I decided to get Gold and, you know, get Pokemon that I'd use as my starters together. Naturally, my friend wanted in on that too. Nidoqueen kind of sucks, doesn't she? Kind of tempted, because I don't normally go for a Nido. Let's do it, why not? Let me think, they're poison and what else? Should I risk another tackle or should I just go for a ball? Let's just try a ball. But, yeah, there we go. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so I was building myself a nice little team for my Crystal version, but then I realized, oh, and there's male Nidoran, but he's much weaker. I don't even want to like use Tackle because I'll kill him. I will legitimately kill him if I use Tackle. There's one Pokemon I really want here because I never ever use him, but I'm afraid it might be blue and yellow only that he appears here. And no, it's not Mankey. I know a lot of you are probably like, oh, it's Mankey, isn't it? No, it's not Mankey. Balls! Why isn't he showing up? Well, anyways, I struggled through Gold. Okay, I shouldn't really say struggled, because the only times I ever really had that much trouble in Gold were when I went against... Who's the Dragon-type gym leader? Claire? I think that's her name? Yeah, I think her name's Claire. No, not you, Rattata. Although I don't use you either. So, but no, I'm not using you. Now, the only times I really struggled were against Claire, and surprisingly, out of all people, Karen in the Elite Four. Those are the only two that gave me trouble. Everyone else I rinsed through. And I just did a team of 4 Pokemon in it. And if you're wondering what they are, they were Slowbro, Golem, Typhlosion, and Pidgeot. Another combination of Pokemon I don't normally use. Although I have taken a big liking to Slowbro recently. I never used to really think about the slow line. Oh, forget it. I don't think it's going to spawn here. I think it might be blue only. So the Pokemon I was hoping for was a Spearow, but I think I can catch him further north anyway, so I won't worry about it. Yeah, the things I really wanted in Crystal, and the main reason why I had to struggle through and beat everything, because I could have, depending on what I wanted, I could have just beat like 6 or 8 badges and been fine. But I wanted a Sneasel on my team. So I had to go all the way to Mount Silver. And originally, that's what my friend wanted as well. Because he and I were both getting Crystal version, and we were both going to play through it at the same time, just like good old days. But, yeah. He originally wanted that, and he's like, actually, I want a Houndour. So I had to find one of those. And it took me 35 minutes to encounter one. Like, I mean, I know they only have a 5% encounter rate, but come on. That was freaking ridiculous. I was just getting screwed by the RNG in gold, though. Because there was something else I was oh yeah, I was trying to get a Mareep to lay an egg with a Ditto. And I don't know if Mareep, like, according to what the text on Mareep says, he should be fine for it. But, like, I could not... Oh, okay. I could not get it to happen for some reason. I don't know why. Like, he ended up leveling from 5 to 17, and he didn't even do one egg in that whole time. I was so mad when I pulled him out. Yeah, that really infuriated me, though. But I ended up catching a Dratini at Dragon's Den, and so my friend and I, who's Connor, by the way. Connor is the friend, in case you were wondering. He played he's also known as Cool Kid. He played the Godfather game with me. Oh, this is a trainer battle, that's right. But for some reason, we haven't made any more episodes. I have to call him later and be like, we need to record more. Yeah. So anyways, long story short, I ended up spending most of the night, Saturday night, gathering the Pokemon he wanted so I could get eggs ready for him, because I realized something that was kind of dumb on my end. But because I bought Gold and Crystal both on my 2DS, I can't trade with myself. So, yeah, that kind of blows, actually. I just have to use his game as an intermediary, trade eggs to him, and then he trades the eggs to my Crystal version. So that's gonna suck, but it's whatever. Caterpie, huh? Keep fighting. And once I get to the name rating, I'm gonna rename this. Screwing it around. But yeah, I ended up. All right, so my dad's gonna get my mom, I guess. But yeah, and getting eggs ready ended up being like a much bigger ordeal than it should have been. And the other thing that sucked too was I didn't manage to clear 16 badges until the morning because I ended up falling asleep before I could finish it. Oh, I need a potion. Luckily there's no happiness in this generation. And yeah, like, what should have been a fairly simple task of just getting a couple of Pokemon and making them lay eggs ended up being a huge ordeal because RNG screwed me so bad on Gold. And I swear the RNG was never that unhelpful in the past. Maybe it's just Gold version. I don't know. I'd never really played Gold. I mostly played Silver and Crystal. But yeah, it just had to be Gold. Like, I knew where everything was just fine, and I knew where most of the Pokemon would be, because I think Gold and Crystal share a lot of areas where the Pokemon start out at, like where you can catch them. Or does it share more with Silver? I thought it was Gold, but maybe I'm wrong. Either way, I knew where pretty much everything was. It was just a matter of finding it. That was the other thing I tried to do. I was trying to catch him a Pikachu. Because he's like, I kind of want to Raichu. And I was like, oh, okay, Pikachu. That'll take me like 10 minutes walking around where the Viridian Forest is in that game. So I get in there, and I start walking around in the grass. And I spent probably an hour looking for a Pikachu and just never found one. And, I mean, I checked, like I double-checked Bulbapedia and everything, and it said there should have been a 5% encounter rate, which is the same as the Houndour that I did eventually find after 30 minutes. But freaking Pikachu just was like, screw you, man, I'm not showing up. You're not good enough. So what I ended up doing was I got my brother a copy of Yellow version on 3DS, because I'm like, you know what, because I was like, you know what, I kind of told you I was going to get you this already, I just haven't yet. So I got him Yellow, and just traded the starter Pikachu to Gold, and bred that. After teaching it Zap Cannon, of course. Gotta start with Zap Cannon. Gotta start off right. He's gonna wreck Faulkner. But yeah, it was such a massive pain in the ass. Ugh, I could not believe it. How long it took. All for a stupid Pikachu. All for a stupid Pikachu. Oh, and then... So the reason I had to get it ready for Sunday was we were going to meet at his uncle's house for a Super Bowl party. And I won't bore you with Super Bowl highlights, because in all honesty, I barely watched it myself. I was mostly focused on our Pokemoning stuff. And then I also brought my my Tough book. And he's a bit of an artist, my friend is. So I'm like, hey, try drawing on this and tell me what you think. So he did, and he's like, yeah, it's pretty nice. And I drew a bit on it too, for other reasons. But alright, Tortle, do your stuff. I need your your stab. I couldn't think what it was called. Oh, it's special. Ah, it's based on special, that's right. So fuck your defense raising, Kakuna, piece of shit. Yeah, so I was mostly focused on those two things, all the Super Bowls going on. But I did see some highlights, like freaking the guy who just got teabagged to the ground. Oh my god. And then there was also the Tom Brady going to throw the ball, so he just knocked it out of his hand. And he just like threw nothing. Oh my god, we were pissing ourselves. We were laughing so hard. Oh man. Oh, okay, I guess Scratch is a bit stronger than Tackle, huh? But yeah, it was amazing. Like, so there were so many good highlights on that in that particular game, especially with some of those commercials. But yeah, so we traded all the eggs, and you know what he spent the rest of the time doing was hatching the eggs, and then walking them around, like walking the newly hatched Pokemon around to raise the friendship. He raised the friendship meter high enough so that Pichu would just evolve the next time he leveled up. So he had Pichu, he spent like 3 or 4 hours just walking, just so he wouldn't have to suffer through Pichu and have a Pikachu immediately. Oh my gosh, I do not have the patience for that. I'm amazed he does, honestly. But I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. What some of my friends go through for Pokemon, I know I would not. And I keep forgetting that the Viridian Forest Maze is slightly different in red than it is in yellow. Because I keep wanting to be like, hey, where's this item, or where's this thing? But that's right, this is red, not yellow. So it's slightly different. It's not super different, but it is a little different. Take that. Thank God, another potion. Oh, this trainer. Yeah, so he just walked his Pokemon until they evolved, and I was impressed, to say the least. Like, I would not do that. Like, he even walked, like one of the Pokemon he wanted was an Eevee, so he walked it enough, and it's probably an Espeon right now, honestly, because that's what he wanted it for, was to become an Espeon, and in all honesty, it probably already is an Espeon by now. Wait a minute, am I still using Tackle? Why aren't I using Scratch? I want to Scratch. Yeah, he's insane. Good old cool kid. He's freaking insane, man, and I love him. On a side note, the N64 D-pad is awesome. Why didn't more games use this? Like, this is a great D-pad. It's like big. Or maybe I'm just used to like the Game Boy one, which is so tiny. I don't know. It could be that. But it is a good D-pad. So that was my Super Bowl Sunday, was basically Pokemon. We were talking about so much Pokemon stuff. It was, And then I got asked the impossible questions of like, hey, what are your favorite Pokemon? And I'm like, can I have a minute? I gotta think about that one, because I like a lot of Pokemon. Hey, look at that, we are already in Boulder City. Wait a minute, no, it's Boulderbadge, this is Pewter City, I'm sorry. My Pokefacts are melding together, it seems. Knock knock, who's home? Okay. I always thought the guys with the egg heads looked funny in this game. Like, you know that bald guy that I was just talking to? I think he looks hilarious. So, the question is... There's something in here I want, I think, right? I know there's definitely something on that side, but I need cut to get in there. Yeah, look at that. Look at that fossil. Aerodactyl. He's a cool guy. Who doesn't afraid of anything. Kabutops. So, between Kabutops and Omastar, Kabutops is definitely my favorite, just because he looks the coolest. Like... And this is weird. Like, they have a random space shuttle just in here. Like, what? Yeah, you have a space exhibit, and it's like... What? Columbia? What? So they're saying that Pokemon is in our world because that's a shuttle that existed in our... What? It makes no sense. And this guy's like, I bought a color TV to watch it. Yeah, I know some of the NPCs' dialogues in the first two... Actually, the first 3 generations. I know a lot of the NPCs' dialogue just based on where they're at. That being said, I haven't replayed Gen 3 in a while. Unless Omega Ruby counts, but I don't think it does. Now let's go buy some potions and deal with Brack. So, I remember the first time I ever fought Brock as a gym leader. In case you're wondering, because I played the games without seeing the first couple episodes of the show, I didn't know how Ash beat him. I just knew that he was with Ash because I started watching sometime around the Orange Islands. That was when I first tuned in. And I was always like, where's the Orange Islands game? Why is there no Orange Islands game? But some ROM hacker actually provided us with that bit of joy. It does exist. There is an Orange Islands game. It's just, why is this up here? I always wondered this. Is there something up here? I guess not. It's just, alright. But yeah, like, why is there no Orange Island game? Like, as far as my kid mind figured, they were just gonna make a game every time Ash went to a new league, right? And there'd always be a yellow version for it, right? Well, then Gold and Silver came out, and I was like, oh. Because that was around the time I really started getting into Pokemon. Also, just for a minute. Man, the Gen 1 chiptunes are so good. Like, the composer in Gen 1... Oh, man. I mean, he also did Gen 2, and don't get me wrong, I love Gen 2. Gen 2 is definitely the most nostalgic for me, but, like, some of the songs in Gen 1 are just so good. Oh. Granted, I like the rocket theme a lot in Gen 2, and the Kanto Gym Leaders music in Gen 2. It's a shame that's the only time you ever hear those songs in that game, because they're so good. Oh, whoa, that hurt. Yeah, here's another thing that's kind of rigged about this game is critical hits are based entirely on speed. So the faster your Pokemon is, the more likely you are to get a crit. Which is why I need to get... Wait a minute, was that a potion? Yeah, it was. I thought it was a Pokeball. Which is why I need to get something with high speed later. I'm thinking maybe a Meowth. Because I'm... Wait a minute, is Meowth in red version? He's gotta be in red version. Gotta be. But yeah, like Gen 2 came out, especially Crystal. Like, the moving sprites in Crystal blew my mind the first time I saw them. I was so impressed that they could do that. I was like, wow. Because you gotta keep in mind too, the only games I was really used to at that time were like the NES and Genesis, because that's what we had at my house. We didn't have anything else. I mean, I knew things like the N64 existed when I went to other people's house and saw them, but they weren't like, you know, in my radar really of things, I guess. Or like the PS1. The only reason I knew the PS1 was even a thing is because my grandparents had it, with one sampler disc and like 2 football games. And I didn't want to play any football games. So I used it just for that sampler disc. And what a sampler disc it is. If I find it on eBay for a reasonable price, I'm going to buy it and play it on the channel sometime. Because that demo disc was my childhood at my grandparents' house. It had Crash 1, 2 Extreme, and a couple other games. And yeah, it's a great sampler disc. I have a couple PS1 samplers, but not that specific one. Like, I have a Namco PS1 sampler disc, and I got a couple of... I don't know which ones I have offhand. I just know about that Namco one. But yeah, come to think of it, I'm not really high enough level for Brock yet, am I? But I don't really have anywhere I can go grind. That's another problem with Gen 1, is there's no good grinding opportunities. So I'm gonna have to take my chances with Brock. Alright, let's do this. So, yeah, so like I was saying, I didn't know how Ash beat Brock, and I played Yellow version the first time I faced Brock, so he looked like he did in the show. And I was like, oh, hey, look, it's Brock, yay! And then I played, was it red or blue version? I played one of them, I don't remember which one, but I played one of them, and I was shocked when Brock's sprite, which you'll see in a second, comes up. Only reason I haven't hit A yet is because I want to hear the Gym Leader music loop at least once before I speak again. So let's listen, guys. Okay, so yeah, shirtless Brock. The first time I saw that, I was like, why is he naked? playing with my little worm light on my Game Boy Color. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, and Geodude's sprite looks so weird in this. Like, I can't be the only one who's thought this, but, like, one, his eyes look really evil. And two, like, the top where his, like, rock ball things are on his head, it looks like really weird Donald Trump hair. Like, come on, I can't be the only person who's ever thought that before. Like, there's no way. Fortunately, Brock is actually pretty easy. Especially his Onyx. His Onyx is stupidly easy if you know what you're doing with it. Like, I guarantee you can take it down fairly easy. But, yeah, let's trade back just so Nidoran gets some experience. But yeah, I hate a lot of the sprites in Gen 1, because they're kind of creepy looking. Especially that freaking Geodude with his weird Donald Trump hair and evil eyes. Alright, that's what I was hoping he would do. So now I can do this. LOL. LOL! Loser. Yeah, I love taking advantage of Bide. And look at that, I almost kill him in one hit. Like, come on. I don't know why I was nervous. Brock's easy when you start with Squirtle. Of course, I'm sure he's pretty easy when you start with Bulbasaur, too. He took us for granite. Get it, rock type. Yeah, and it's weird. They have that text there, and they do like a "you got an item" thing. And apparently the reason for that is because the badges were actually supposed to be items? Like, what? It's a good thing they didn't do that, because your bag, like, it holds nothing. Like, I think you can have 30 items total, and that sucks. Like, holy crap, 30 items? How are you supposed to deal with only 30 items? And there's no pockets either that you can go like, oh, okay, all my balls go in here, all my TMs go in here. No, it's just everything in one huge bag, and you can only have like 30 items. It fills up so fast. It's so dumb. I hate it. Alright. Oh, I did not mean to store that antidote. I meant to store that. I'm gonna have to pull that antidote back. And we don't really need the town map, because I know my way around this game fairly well. Alright, give me... Oh, wait a minute. Help if I open the item menu first. No, actually, that's pretty good. Yeah, dude, like... Brock. Shirtless Brock. That's a meme from childhood, if there ever was one. Shirtless Brock. Oh boy. Alright. Well, I think that's going to be enough for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you had a good time. And next time, the entire episode is probably just going to be Mount Moon, because Mount Moon is a massive pain. And I want to get all the items. So, join me then when we navigate Mount Moon, and yeah, it's going to be fun. I hope you guys are enjoying Red so far, because I really like going down memory lane and playing old games that I loved as a kid and still love today. I mean, heck, I love Red version enough to replace the save battery in this. Not that it's a massive chore, but, I mean, if you don't know how to solder, it's kind of annoying. But yeah, exciting things are going to be happening in the future, guys. Woohoo! And now that I'm 25, absolutely nothing's going to change, but I am 25 now, so, yeah. Alright, see you guys later. Have fun. Bye-bye.